Right, so for you ladies, the heart. So first of all, the thing to remember is when you're looking at the heart anatomically, this is the left side and this is the right side. So as you look at it and you draw it, it's the other way round. So as we've got here, this marvelous picture here shows this is the heart where oxygenated blood is traveling all around the body. Once it's delivered the oxygen and the nutrients and the goodies, but we're talking about oxygen here, it's deoxygenated and it goes back to the heart. So anything from the lower, anything inferior to the heart comes up through the inferior vena cava. This is a large vein that enters into the right atrium, and anything above or superior from the heart comes down into the superior vena cava. Okay, so they enter into the right atrium and they go through the tricuspid valve, that's 3 prongs, goes through the valve and it goes into the right ventricle. It then comes up through the pulmonary artery as it goes to the lungs. Just to say that the pulmonary artery carrying deoxygenated blood is an exception, because we know that arteries usually carry oxygenated blood. So the pulmonary artery is carrying deoxygenated blood to the lungs, where the alveoli are carrying a lot of blood in the capillaries, and they diffuse and enter into the pulmonary artery, and it creates oxygenation. This is called the gaseous exchange. It's where oxygen enters into the deoxygenated vessels and becomes oxygenated. It's now going to return back to the heart through the pulmonary vein. So oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium through the pulmonary vein. Also an exception, because we know that veins usually carry deoxygenated blood. But in this situation, it's carrying oxygenated blood back into the left atrium, and it goes through this bicuspid valve, which is 2 prongs, into the left ventricle, and then it's going to travel up through the aortic valve into the aorta. This is a very large artery, and this goes into 3 directions. It goes up. The ascending aorta is an artery that sends blood through the arteries to the head and the neck and the face. The descending aorta sends all the oxygenated blood down through the organs and the limbs and the body. The coronary artery from the aorta circulates around the heart, giving it its own blood supply. So that's the way it goes. So it goes from the body to the heart, to the lungs, back to the heart and around the body. This is the circulatory system. Up to the heart, to the lungs, back to the heart and around the body. And then just a quick one at the end, we're going to say the pericardium is the outer layer. That's the heart protector, keeps it in place. The myocardium is a muscular layer, the middle layer that pumps and keeps the heart pumping. The endocardium is the inner layer, it's the lining that keeps everything flowing smoothly around the heart. And it's also separated, each chamber, the left and right, is separated by a muscular section called the septum. I hope that helps.